Palantir just stepped on its brakes today. Price declined big time today. The atmosphere just shifted immediately. Donald Trump and Alex Karp just shook the whole market. Crazy speculations are everywhere. Analysts are dropping their last warnings. However, there's something you need to know. And this might just be the light at the end of the tunnel. Will Palantir recover? Or will it continue to bleed? And what on earth am I even talking about? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Today was a wild ride for Palantir, but in a not-so-good way. The stock just took a beating, dropping hard to $108 per share before crawling back up to $112 right before the market closed. And that's a shocker because just days ago, Palantir was on fire, breaking all-time highs like it was nothing. It felt unstoppable. But now, totally different story. The mood flipped fast. Investors are rattled, some are panicking, and others are just sitting there trying to figure out what's next. Some people are already selling, while others are just watching, wondering what this sudden drop really means. So yeah, you might be wondering, what the heck just happened? Why did Palantir's price take such a massive hit? Turns out, today was full of bombshells that sent shockwaves through the market. First, a big announcement from Trump rattled investors. He wants the Pentagon to start cutting its budget by a hefty chunk every year for the next 5 years. That's a huge deal, especially for a company like Palantir, which makes a good portion of its money from defense contracts. And if that wasn't enough, another surprise hit. Palantir's CEO, Alex Karp, just revealed a new stock trading plan that lets him sell nearly 10 million shares over the next few months. Investors didn't take that news lightly, and the stock tanked, dropping as much as 12% at one point. By the end of the day, it closed at around $112, down by 10%. And after hours, the selling didn't stop. Just days ago, Palantir was one of the hottest stocks out there, soaring to insane highs. It's been a top performer for years, climbing nearly 50% this year alone. But with the Pentagon facing major budget cuts and the CEO preparing to offload millions of shares, the mood has completely shifted. Oh, and there's more. Since stepping back into office, Trump has been on a mission to slash government spending and cut down the number of federal employees. And guess who's leading that effort? None other than Elon Musk, heading up something called the Department of Government Efficiency. The move has been controversial, with lawsuits already piling up against some of the strategies being used. Karp, for his part, jumped in to defend Musk, saying on CNBC that instead of criticizing him, people should be having a real conversation about what he's doing and how he's doing it. But clearly, the market wasn't in the mood for conversations today. It reacted fast, and Palantir's stock paid the price. But here's the twist. Not everyone thinks these headlines are the real reason Palantir's stock took a nosedive. One analyst pointed out that this was bound to happen sooner or later because, in his words, the bubble just burst. According to him, this sell-off has nothing to do with Alex Karp cashing out or the Pentagon tightening its budget. Palantir was simply the most overvalued stock in the market. No matter how you looked at it, price, earnings, growth, it was way overpriced. And when a stock is sitting that high on shaky ground, it only takes the slightest push to send it tumbling. For weeks, he warned about managing risk, saying Palantir was walking a fine line. And today, that line snapped. Investors who had been riding the wave now have a tough job ahead, trying to prove there's still strength left in the stock. But this analyst isn't buying it, literally. Even if Palantir dropped by half from its peak at $124, he still wouldn't jump back in. To him, this wasn't just a dip, it was the inevitable. And here's where things get even weirder. One analyst is straight up questioning if something shady went down today. He's pointing at some suspicious trading activity and wondering if there was price manipulation at play. Here's why. Palantir tanked about 10% today after the news of Karp's massive stock sale and the Pentagon's budget cut plans. But before all that news even broke, something strange happened. Someone made a huge bet against Palantir. Early in the morning, there was a sudden flood of activity in Palantir put options. In just 5 minutes, traders poured more than $500,000 into contracts, betting that the stock would drop below $120. And guess what? That trade paid off big time. The price of those contracts skyrocketed, turning what could have been a few $100,000 into a return of more than double. Coincidence? Maybe. But the timing is just a little too perfect. Unusual, to say the least. But wait, hold on a second. Whatever's happening right now might not be all bad for Palantir. In fact, this whole situation could actually set it up for a major comeback. Surprisingly, a lot of people in the community are fired up about this drop. Instead of panicking, they see it as the perfect chance to grab more shares at a discount, believing it could lead to even bigger profits down the road. To them, this isn't a disaster. It's an opportunity. And one analyst laid out a completely different way of looking at all this. First off, even after today's dip, Palantir is still way up this year. Stocks don't just go straight up forever. They need to take a breather sometimes. Then there's the Pentagon budget cut. He's not even sure how much that actually impacts Palantir, and honestly, it looks like Wall Street didn't know either. Their first instinct? Sell now, figure it out later. As for Karp selling shares, he pointed out that this was already in Palantir's filings. This isn't some shocking, out-of-nowhere move. Plenty of big-name CEOs sell their shares all the time. It's just what happens when you've spent years building a company. But when you mix that news with the Pentagon headlines, it was enough to send people rushing for the exits. At the end of the day, maybe the market was just looking for an excuse to take profits. Palantir has been on an insane run, and some investors might have just needed a reason to cash out. The sudden drop definitely shook people up, but if you've been holding Palantir for a while, it's hard to be too upset. At least, that's how this analyst sees it. And here's a wild thought. What if this whole cost-cutting move is actually good news for Palantir? One analyst threw out a totally different perspective. If the government is looking to cut costs, wouldn't Palantir be one of the best tools to make that happen? Their entire business is built on using AI and data to make operations more efficient, not just in defense, but across multiple government agencies. So instead of this being bad news, what if it's actually the opposite? What if Palantir ends up being the go-to solution for a government trying to do more with less? If that's the case, this whole situation might not be bearish at all. It could be the setup for something huge. And maybe, just maybe, this is all happening because the market still doesn't fully get what Palantir is really about. One Wall Street analyst pointed this out, saying this sell-off feels like just another attempt by the bears to poke holes in a game-changing AI company that's only getting stronger. In his view, the push for government efficiency, whether it's through budget cuts or this whole new Department of Government Efficiency plan, actually plays right into Palantir's strengths. He sees it as a company built for moments like this, especially with its deep ties in Washington. So while some investors are panicking, he thinks they might just be missing the bigger picture. And when people finally realize that these budget cuts aren't actually hurting Palantir, we could see this entire drop flip overnight. The panic selling today? It might just be a temporary shakeout. Stocks move in waves, and when the market corrects itself, Palantir could easily recover, wiping out today's losses and maybe even pushing to new all-time highs. This wouldn't be the first time we've seen a strong stock take a hit only to come roaring back even stronger. But the real key here isn't just what happens in the next day or week. It's about the bigger picture. And when you zoom out, there's really no reason to be worried. One analyst summed it up perfectly. If a pullback like this is making you panic, then you're not thinking like a long-term investor. We are still in the early stages of what Palantir is building, and moments like this are just bumps in the road, not the end of the journey. Palantir's AI and data-driven technology are becoming more essential by the day. Governments, businesses, and industries are realizing that they need smarter, more efficient systems to operate in a rapidly changing world. And if the focus right now is on cutting costs and optimizing budgets, wouldn't that actually make Palantir's solutions even more valuable? This company was built to help organizations do more with less, and if the government is serious about efficiency, then Palantir is positioned to benefit in a big way. Look at where Palantir has been over the past few years. The company has proven itself time and time again, growing its influence, expanding its reach, and showing that it's not just another tech stock, it's something different. The short-term volatility might shake out some weak hands, but for those who see the bigger picture, nothing has changed. Unless you needed to cash out right now, there's no reason to stress. This drop isn't a sign of weakness, it's just part of the market cycle. And if history tells us anything, it's that moments like this often set the stage for the next big move. Palantir is still on track, still pushing forward, and if anything, this moment might just prove how strong its future really is. But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Palantir update might make you lose money, so don't risk it. Also, please share this video with
Satoshi Kusama is not just a developer. If rumors are true, he is a real hero. There are some massive developments going on behind the scenes. Shiba Inu is the top concern. And if things get how they are supposed to, the Shiba Inu ecosystem will change forever. It will never be the same anymore. But what is actually happening? And how come people are not talking about it yet? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. In a Twitter post today, the pseudonymous lead developer of the Shiba Inu ecosystem shared some personal news. He announced that he's leaving the Middle East after having an incredible time there. Kusama highlighted how much he enjoyed spending time with his cousins and learning about their culture. His tweet really showed his appreciation for the cultural exchange and the new experiences he gained during his visit. Although Kusama restricted comments on his post, some followers found a way to share their thoughts by quoting his tweet. Vet Kusama, who is the sibling of the Shiba Inu lead developer and a well-known figure in the Shiba Inu community, said, expressed excitement about the possibility of Kusama visiting the Middle East again. On the other hand, a Shiba Inu fan urged Kusama and the rest of the team to follow through on their promises to the community and questioned why Kusama decided to turn off comments on his tweet. Some users are also curious about what Kusama's trip to the Middle East means for the cryptocurrency. It's still unclear if his visit had any connection to Shiba Inu. However, the timing of Kusama's post is quite interesting. At the same time, he announced, leaving the Middle East, their partner's token got listed on a major Dubai exchange. The Shiba Inu development team even used their official Twitter account to congratulate their partner on the coin listing. This timing has caught a lot of attention. On one hand, we have Kusama visiting the Middle East, and on the other, a top Dubai exchange partner there. Many people believe this isn't just a coincidence. They think there's a connection between Kusama's visit and the listing, suggesting that his trip might have had something to do with this new development. Kusama's visit to the Middle East has been a big part of the Kusama's development, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. Speculation has increased even more, and this is where things get really interesting. Just 2 days ago, the Dubai financial regulator updated its rules on crypto assets. The Dubai Financial Services Authority announced changes to its cryptocurrency token regulations to enhance the regulatory framework within its special economic zone. On June 3R Day, they stated that these updates were based on a consultation paper from January 2024. Here's how it works. The Dubai Financial Services Authority first gathers feedback and insights from various stakeholders through a consultation paper. This process helps them understand the needs and concerns of the crypto market. After reviewing the feedback, they draft new rules or amendments. These changes take time to implement because they must ensure the regulations are comprehensive and effective. But what are these updates? What does Shiba Inu have to do with it? And why Satoshi Kusama's recent visit to the Middle East was perfect timing? Well, let's find out. The update affects the ability to offer units of external and foreign funds investing in recognized crypto tokens. Simply put, this change impacts institutions managing hundreds of millions, often billions of dollars, interested in crypto investing. In its recent consultation paper, the regulator acknowledged that fund and asset managers found the existing rules too strict. Since the regime was enacted, they were only able to invest in 5 recognized crypto tokens, which upset many big funds. Because 5 is too few. While the regulator believes that the recognition process is crucial for maintaining a stable market, they also considered allowing domestic funds to make limited investments in unrecognized crypto tokens, as long as these investments don't exceed 10% of the fund's total value. And from the regulator's perspective, this move makes sense. It balances, maintaining control over the market while giving funds more flexibility. It encourages investment and growth within the sector without compromising overall stability. And this is where, of course, speculations arise, with Dubai potentially opening the doors to hundreds of millions of dollars that could flow into the crypto market, and the restrictions possibly loosening up. Funds might now be able to invest in unrecognized crypto assets, which, if I get that right, includes the entire crypto market. So the timing of Satoshi Kusama's visit to the Middle East, exactly during these updates, makes us wonder. If his visit was indeed a business trip, could it mean that he was presenting the Shiba Inu coin as a viable project for big funds? Or is it just a matter of time? At this point, it's pure speculation, but it would kind of make sense. It seems to align well with the context of these regulatory changes and the potential opportunities they present. However, it's a known fact that Shiba Inu has already established a strong presence in key regions of the Middle East, particularly in Dubai. Earlier this year, Shiba Inu made waves as a prominent sponsor of the prestigious 2024 Web3 Summit event in Dubai, drawing over 3,000 attendees and nearly 100 speakers. This is the first time that Shiba Inu has made waves as a prominent sponsor of the prestigious 2024 Web3 Summit event in Dubai, drawing over 3,000 attendees and nearly 100 speakers. They also sponsored Token 2049, another crypto-related event held in Dubai in April, where they engaged with industry leaders and even participated in a Polo Cup competition. Moreover, top Dubai-based exchanges like CETOX and CoinU have rolled out support for Shiba Inu ecosystem tokens. Whether Kusama's recent trip to the Middle East will further drive Shiba Inu's adoption in the region remains to be seen, but it's certainly a possibility. The groundwork has already been laid with Shiba Inu's significant investment in the crypto industry, and it's certainly a possibility. There is a significant presence at key events and its integration into Dubai's crypto ecosystem. So, Kusama's visit could potentially build upon these foundations and strengthen Shiba Inu's foothold in the Middle Eastern market. And let's not forget how important the Middle East is. This region is incredibly wealthy due to its abundant oil reserves and strategic location for global trade. The wealth generated from oil has led to immense financial power in countries like the United Arab Emirates, including Dubai. This wealth can make a huge impact on Shiba Inu for a couple of reasons. Firstly, the Middle East represents a significant market with investors who are eager to explore new opportunities, including cryptocurrency. With their substantial financial resources, individuals and institutions in the region have the potential to invest significant sums into projects like Shiba Inu. Moreover, the Middle East's strategic position as a global trade hub means that successful adoption of Shiba Inu in this region could lead to increased exposure and adoption worldwide. As the cryptocurrency gains traction among Middle Eastern investors and businesses, its visibility and credibility could grow, attracting more interest and investment from other regions. So, tapping into the wealth and influence of the Middle East could be a game changer for Shiba Inu, opening up new avenues for growth and development in the cryptocurrency market. And Dubai, for example, and its participation would be very, very good. In recent times, Dubai has been increasingly embracing cryptocurrencies, and it has become the light of the crypto community. Unlike the United States, which has maintained a somewhat hostile attitude towards this digital asset, Dubai is progressive. stance has been a breath of fresh air. However, as the upcoming US elections draw nearer and the popularity of cryptocurrencies continues to grow, there is a glimmer of hope that the United States will also become more crypto-friendly. Crypto has already become a topic of extensive discussion within the US government, even among presidential candidates. This discussion gives reason to believe that change may be on the horizon. And here's something you should understand. Crypto users advocate for global crypto friendliness due to the potential benefits it offers. Beyond revolutionizing traditional financial systems, widespread crypto adoption can drive financial inclusivity, enable borderless transactions, and fuel innovation. By creating a welcoming environment for cryptocurrencies, countries can unlock opportunities for economic growth, technological advancement, and increased financial accessibility on a global scale. This is a great opportunity for crypto investors to take a step forward. But what is your opinion on that? Comment down below. I'd be eager to read your opinion. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then please like this video and don't forget to leave a comment in the comments section. This really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Also, please share this video to as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.